Still no background. I don't know. Should I keep it like this without music or no? Charlotte, by the way, Charlotte is on vacation as well. Hey, happy Thursday, I should say. Most recently, I experienced a problem with the well known BitTorrent software that had a Trojan disguised as a legal software upgrade. And from what I heard from my colleagues, my difficulty wasn't the only one with BitTorrent. To summarize, if an application prompts you for an update, don't freaking rush. Being reactive never ends well. Turn off your mental autopilot, take a deep breath, and let your frontal lobe absorb the information first. It's like dealing with your favorite telemarketing asshole who is putting you into fight or flight urgency mode, something what was best described by Jeff Krum from IBM as FUD, or fear, uncertainty, doubt. So the wisest option is to do nothing at all. Simply postpone the decision, or, decline the offer, whatever it is. Seek help from someone who might know what they're doing. Well, the first question you should ask yourself is, do I have that specific app installed at all? If they mislead you into, quote mark, updating, you will have a problem. And then, as the old mafioso story goes, you might have a problem, but they will offer you a solution to your problem, which might as well be a membership to their so-called never heard of antivirus or something like that. So that's pretty similar to paying for protection. Well, I think criminals do not sleep. Finally, you will be frustrated enough to trample your operating system and install a new one. I understand that it is a process. It might take you a week to complete the backup and restore the entire system. Well, unless you know how to extract a Trojan manually using your admin authority. I strongly advise all of you not to install BitTorrent or anything similar. For instance, bitcometsetup.exe may contain Trojan Gen 9 as an unexpected injection. Enigma SpyHunter 5 also disguises itself as the legal company SpyHunter, quotation marks, right, after BitTorrent installation. And that's all news, let alone the new threats. One of the ways you can get effed big time is through malvertising. Malvertising, which is a portmanteau of malicious advertising, is the use of web adverts to deliver malware or conduct frauds with minimal user input. And this approach uses legitimate advertising networks to insert harmful malware into advertisements, which can then infect consumers' devices when they see or interact with them. The biggest issue I see here is that malvertising can appear on respectable websites, putting even the most cautious consumers at risk. According to Cisco, criminal actors are exploiting internet advertising markets for destructive reasons. These actors, known as domainers and traffic directors, TDS, send traffic to malicious sites using numerous levels of obfuscation and redirection. Malvertising operations can spread a variety of malware, including exploit kits, phony software installations, and loaders like BetLoader. IBM defines malvertising as a tactic used by cybercriminals to propagate malware via web adverts. And this technique involves introducing malicious ads into legitimate advertising networks, which allows attackers to reach a wide audience without directly compromising websites. Stuart Madnick, an information technology professor at MIT's Sloan School of Management, has commented on the growing popularity and sophistication of malvertising. He emphasizes that these false advertisements frequently appear authentic due to their placement in trusted venues such as Google searches, making users more susceptible to them. So let's mention some common types of malvertising attacks. Well, number one, it's exploit kits. And exploit kits are automated tools that utilizes vulnerabilities in browsers, plugins, and applications to install malware without the user's awareness. And these kits can be included in or linked to fraudulent advertising, allowing attackers to easily infiltrate victims' systems. Number two, drive-by downloads. And this method involves automatically installing malicious software to a user's device with no involvement required. When a person opens a web page with a compromised ad, malware is deployed, frequently exploiting browser vulnerabilities. Then phishing ads, we all know about that. Malicious advertisements can impersonate real businesses or offerings, deceiving visitors into clicking them. I always say don't click anything. Once clicked, users might be routed to phishing sites meant to collect personal information such as login passwords or financial data. Then there's number 4, forced redirects, and where malicious advertising in this scenario steer consumers away from genuine websites and towards hazardous ones. And this redirection might lead to scams, more malware installations, or other dangerous actions. Number 5, cryptojacking scripts. Some advertisements include scripts that hijack consumers' computational power to mine cryptocurrency without their knowledge. This type of assault does not intend to steal data, but rather abuse resources for profit. So you paid for the computer and they're just piggybacking on you, right? Number 6, scareware. Scareware advertisements deceptively warn users about non-existent infections or security issues on their devices. And I would say this is the most common one. At least this is the one that I've seen a lot. Enticing them to install malicious software disguised as antivirus protection. This strategy exploits users' concern and can lead to additional infections. It's so easy to manipulate you with fear. It's unbelievable. So, according to Romanian Bursa news site, one of the report's most important discoveries is the use of malvertising, which is typically delivered in the form of supposedly harmless PDF documents. In this campaign, fraudsters have constructed well-designed websites with PDF converters and other useful utilities. However, once downloaded, these files are packaged as Microsoft Installer or MSI files, which contains malicious code. They install browser extensions that allow hackers to take over users' surfing sessions by redirecting their queries to criminal control websites. The Chrome Loader campaign is one notable example mentioned in the report, which has grown and become more sophisticated, targeting popular search keywords to lead users to these bogus websites. And another novel component of the cyber attacks detailed in the research is the use of so-called scalable vector graphics, or SVGs, pictures, to conceal malware. This approach works because SVG files are considered safe and are not normally subjected to stringent scrutiny by security systems. Some of the methods to stay protected is, first of all, never, ever, ever, ever click any links you're not 100% sure that this is so just don't stop compulsively clicking. That's it. Also install antivirus software, use ad blockers, enable click to play for plugins, patch. I cannot emphasize this enough. And only download from official vendor or trusted app stores. Don't use public Wi-Fi unless absolutely necessary, and don't fall for social manipulators. Never ever share your passwords and use passphrases instead. Just because someone is nice doesn't mean his intentions are good. And this is how people typically manipulate our emotions, right? Don't fall for favors, and especially not honey traps. Man, listen, no honey traps, okay? Social engineering is actually so easy, and I will give you an example. One time I made an experiment. I got hired for a day solely based on a fake business card I printed at home. Unfortunately, I did not record the entire process with my GoPro. I could become a YouTube prank sensation. So, again, trust, but verify. Or don't trust at all. Zero. You know how I always say, it's absolute zero trust. People will do anything if you're a charming devil who is about to cry. So, stay skeptical and stay selective. Bye-bye.